The spare seat. When Tariq's father died, nobody from his university came to the funeral. Nobody except Daniyal, who drove 4 hours in the wrong direction, arrived late, and sat beside him without saying a single word. That was the day Tariq understood what a friend actually was. Part 1. The kind of friends you make at 20. Tariq Bashir and Daniyal Shah met on the first day of their engineering degree at a university in the north of England. In a seminar room where the chairs were arranged in a circle and everyone was required to say one interesting fact about themselves. Tariq said he could solve a Rubik's Cube in under 2 minutes. Daniyal said he had once eaten an entire birthday cake alone in a car park in Bradford and felt no remorse. The seminar leader did not know what to do with either of them. They sat together at lunch. That was 15 years ago. The friendship had survived 2 universities, 4 cities, 2 weddings, 1 divorce, 6 jobs between them, and the specific modern difficulty of maintaining closeness with someone whose life moves at a different pace than yours. Tariq was an engineer now, serious and precise, the kind of man who sent calendar invites for phone calls. Daniyal was a secondary school PE teacher in Leeds who still ate birthday cake alone in car parks when the occasion required it. They spoke every 2 weeks. They saw each other roughly 4 times a year. They texted badly and often. They had, between them, the particular shorthand of people who have known each other long enough that complete sentences are optional. Real friendship is not about proximity. It is about the specific person who comes to mind when something happens, good or terrible, before you have even decided to tell anyone. Part 2. The call at 3 a.m. Tariq's father died on a Wednesday in March. Cardiac arrest, unexpected. One of those things that arrives without any of the preparation that dying is supposed to offer. Tariq called his sister first. He called his mother's cousin who lived nearby. Then, at 3 in the morning, when all the necessary calls had been made and the house was quiet in the specific way of a house that has just lost someone, he called Daniyal. He did not plan to cry. He did not plan to say much at all. He said, "It's my dad." Daniyal said, "I know. I'm coming." Tariq said, "You don't have to. It's a 4-hour drive." Daniyal said, "I know that too." He arrived the following afternoon, having driven from Leeds through morning traffic and a stretch of roadworks on the M62 that added 40 minutes. He was wearing the wrong clothes, the PE teacher clothes he had been in when Tariq called, jeans and a school lanyard he had forgotten to take off. He had brought nothing except himself and a box of Cadbury's roses, which is not the right thing to bring to a house of grief and is also somehow exactly right. He sat down beside Tariq on the sofa. He did not say, "I'm so sorry." He did not say, "He was a great man." He did not say anything because he understood, the way only old friends understand, that Tariq had been receiving words since Wednesday morning, and what he needed now was not more words. He needed someone to sit in the silence with him and make it less absolute. They sat like that for 2 hours. Daniyal ate 3 Cadbury's roses. Tariq ate 2. The box sat between them on the sofa like a third person. Daniyal didn't come to say the right thing. He came because there is no right thing, and he knew that, and he came anyway. That is the entire definition of Wafa. Part 3. What Tariq remembered. At the funeral 2 days later, Tariq stood at the front of the room and delivered a eulogy he had written the night before on his phone while Daniyal slept on the sofa in the next room. He had not asked Daniyal to stay. Daniyal had simply not left. Afterwards, in the car park, Tariq said, "You didn't have to do all of this." Daniyal looked at him with the expression of a man who considers the statement so obvious that engaging with it would be a waste of both their time. He said, "I know you'd do the same." Tariq said, "I would." They stood in the car park for a while in the cold. There was nothing else that needed to be said. There rarely is, between people who have been saying things to each other for 15 years. Daniyal drove home the following morning. He left the rest of the Cadbury's roses on the kitchen table with a post-it note that said, "For the next few weeks, eat them. Call me whenever." Tariq still has the post-it note. It is on his fridge. He has not told Daniyal this because Daniyal would find it embarrassing, and also because some things are better kept than explained. Closing. The lesson. Friendship is not the person who says the right thing at the right time. It is the person who drives 4 hours in the wrong clothes and sits beside you in the silence and eats your chocolate and does not explain why they came because they consider the explanation unnecessary. You know who that person is in your life. You have probably not told them. Wafa is not a grand gesture. It is the spare seat beside you on the worst day. It is the person who shows up without being called and stays without being asked. That is real Dosti. And it is worth everything. Tell them. Today if you can.